The little engines on the Skarloey Railway were in their busiest season, popping up and down their line, taking goods and passengers from the lakes to the mountains. But none worked harder than Bertram. The old warrior was up the incline railway, pulling trucks of slate from the quarry down to the transfer yards. One evening, Bertram popped into the yard to hear the sound of Sir Handel grumbling.
Good evening, Bertram.
Evening, Skarloey. What's the matter with Sir Handel?
Oh, he had a bad day is all.
Isn't that every day?
A fine engine such as myself should not tolerate the teasing from rotten wooden planks on wheels.
Oh, do be quiet, youngster. Just be grateful that you had any work at all, unlike me, who had to spend the entire day here waiting for replacement fire bars.
You should be grateful you didn't have to deal with those little demons all day. I prefer to deal with those cattle trucks rather than those annoying little
Impudent scallywag, you're still acting like a child after all this time. Straighten up, Falcon.
It's Sir Handel now, Grandpuff. Sir Handel. When will you get that through your smoke box?
The day I called you sir is the day when I'll be long forgotten again.
My name holds a lot of distinction and prestige. After all, I am named after the owner of the railway.
His Grace
You're
would
not the
never
only
approve
engine
of
here
such
who has a
behavior.
special name, Sir Handel. Don't forget I had a name change too. I was renamed after the first thing controller.
That may be so, but I still think my name holds a bit more significant importance on this railway.
Since we're all on the topic of name origins, perhaps we share a round, before Sir Handel gets too puffed up.
Well, the names Skarloey and I have are Welsh. Skarloey means lake in the woods.
And Rheneas means divided waterfall.
My name was a mix of my builders, Ruston and Hornsby. What about you, Duncan?
Personality.
Well, that's blunt.
What did you expect?
Well, you all know that I was named after Mr. Hugh. There was a whole ceremony about it.
Freddie got his after one of his builders on his old line.
Luke got his name from one of his first drivers.
Matey Mark was never the most creative sort of engine.
Bertram, how did you get your name?
All eyes fixated on Bertram. The old warrior chuckled knowingly.
It's a bit of a long story. Would you all like to hear it?
Yes, please. Anything to keep Sir Handel quiet.
Well, I'll have you know.
Go on, Bertram.
Right then. As you all know, I used to work in the old mines on the Mid-Sodor Railway. I was the mine's private engine and my job was to collect and deliver loads of minerals. I was kept very busy, and on rare occasions other engines would come and give me assistance. Well, most of the time. It was hard and dusty work, I'll tell you. I was in desperate need of maintenance. The old boys tried their hardest to fix me, but there was only so much they could do. Until one day the manager came to see me.
Now I know you don't mind hard work, but it's come to my attention you need major repairs. You've been overexerting yourself to the point where you're falling apart.
I apologize for that, sir. I just wanted to be really useful.
I understand. There's also a fault on my part too. We haven't been able to give you proper repairs since you were brought here. As it so happens, our mining equipment is also in need of some love and care.
What's your proposal, sir? Perhaps bringing in another engine?
Not necessarily. I've been looking to hire some engineers to maintain the machinery, and I just had an interview with a young man earlier this week.
Really? What is he like?
He's bright, that's for sure, holds a lot of promise, and he knows what he's talking about when it comes to machines. He also had an apprenticeship at Swindon Works.
With qualifications like that, he sounds perfect for the job.
Indeed he does. I'll bring him here and give him some work. Perhaps he'll even fix you.
Oh, that would be splendid, sir.
I hope so. You know, ever since you were brought here, we haven't given you a name. We've just been so busy it's slipped our minds. I'm not the most creative when it comes to name choices.
That's fine, sir. I haven't really given it much thought either. I don't need a name to identify where I belong because I already know who I am. I am the mine's proud and hard-working engine.
I do admire your admiration. You indeed have the determination of a noble warrior. But still, I'll try to come up with a good name for you. We're not going to call you that engine for the rest of our lives now.
Ha ha! Do what you please, sir. 2 days later, the manager came in tow with a young gentleman in overalls.
Now over there is where the trucks are hoisted from the mine to the surface, and then we have our engine to collect the lot and take them to the next transport platform.
This is all very fascinating. Where do you put all the extra loaded trucks?
We store them in the sidings near that cutting over there. Now this is our engine. He's a very hard worker and knows how to get the job done.
Hello, sir, and welcome to the mines.
It's very nice to meet you. What is your name?
I'm sorry, sir. I haven't got a name.
We're still figuring out what to name our new engine. We don't have a suitable name for him yet.
I'm sure we'll find a good name for you. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Bertram.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Bertram. I look forward to working with you.
Speaking of work, let's get you started and see what you're made of.
Bertram really knew his craft. He was given the job after he fixed one of the many cranes we had. After that, he went on to repair and maintain all the mining equipment, with the help of a few pairs of hands, mind you. Bertram even got around to repairing me back to workshop condition. He really knew how to take care of an engine.
That should do it. Everything looks to be in order.
May I inquire you with a question, sir?
Of course. What would you like to know?
What made you interested in our steam engines?
I've been around them for as long as I could remember. When I was little, I used to watch them from my home in Swindon. There's something about them that can fascinate the young mind.
Then why did you come to Sodor? Why not stay back in England?
Well, my dream is to someday work on the railways. I've even drawn up plans to build my own locomotive. I came to Sodor to join the A.W. Dry & Co. because I heard there needed some engines. If I stayed back in England, I don't think I would have had an opportunity like this.
Wish you luck in your future goal. I do hope you'll be able to achieve your dream.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. This is actually the first time I've ever had a good conversation with an engine.
I'm sure there would be many more to come. On some occasions, Bertram would come to talk with me on his lunch break, and we'd laugh and share stories of our lives. He especially loved to hear stories about my heroic exploits. One day, miners were ordered to replace the wooden support beams in one of the mine shafts. They were old and rotten, and were due for replacement for a long time.
It's about time these supports were replaced. I always feel uneasy when digging around here.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just get this done. I want to have my lunch break.
What in God's name? What happened?
I don't know. Suddenly the support pillars caught fire.
Is everyone accounted for? Wait, where's Bertram?
Wasn't he repairing the pumping engine down there?
Sir, we must rescue him. I'll bring him back.
But it's too dangerous.
Sir, with all due respect, Bertram has done a lot to keep this mine functioning, myself included. He's my friend and I won't abandon him.
All right, but hurry.
And so I charged down the mine. It was hot and smoky. Cinders and ashes hit me in all directions. My crew and I were coughing and spluttering, but we bravely soldiered on. We found Bertram at the end of the mine. Bertram, get on board, now! We managed to get out safely. My crew and Bertram were immediately sent to get treatment, and I was sent back to my shed. It was found later on that one of the miners carelessly threw out his cigarette onto the wooden structure. Needless to say, he was terminated for his negligence and destruction of property. I did not come out of the rescue unscathed, I'm afraid. I was in a sorry state. My boiler, cab, and everything else was smashed, dented, and broken.
How bad is it, Inspector?
It's not good. His exterior took quite a bit of damage.
I'm sorry about all this.
It's not your fault. You did what you thought was right.
You risked your life to save mine. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here now. So thank you.
It was no trouble at all. After all, you fixed me. I figured I owed you the favor.
Well, I'll be. This engine should consider himself lucky. His insides are quite intact, easily repairable.
That's great news. Well, old boy, there's hope for you yet. How long will repairs take?
I would say a few months at best. He was overdue for an overhaul anyway.
And I'll be the one fixing you back to working condition.
Promise you'll do a good job.
Bertram.
My repairs took a long time, about 5 months at best. Bertram worked night and day to get me fixed. His efforts were noticed by members of a standard gauge railway when they came to extend their line to the mines. At last my repairs were complete. What's all this? You all haven't missed me this much, have you?
I've been thinking about your name for quite a while. My men and I have been discussing it, and we all agreed that this name would suit you. In honor of the man you've rescued and helped to restore you. We'd all be proud to call you Bertram.
Well, Engine, would you like that?
It will be an honor to be named after you, sir. And that's how I became known as Bertram. It was confusing at first because people would mistake me for the other Bertram, but we got along fine. Bertram left the mine a month after my repairs. He was approached by the board members of a standard gauge railway to become their engineer. It was sad to see him go, but I knew he wanted to fulfill his dreams. And although Bertram never returned to the mines, I had it on good authority that he was doing well in his career.
The little engines were in awe over Bertram's story.
Did you ever find out what happened to Bertram after that?
You said he went to work on the standard gauge railway. The only railway I could think of that was there during that time was the Tidmouth, Knapford, Elsbridge Light Railway.
That is correct. He worked as an engineer for the Tidmouth, Knapford and Elsbridge Light Railway. He went on to build several vertical boiler engines for them. 3 railway companies on the island merged to become the North Western Railway, where he rose up to be the railway's general manager.
Wait a minute. Bertram, you're telling us that...
Why, yes. I was named after the first Fat Controller.
Well, that was a plot twist.
Who would have thought that he would be named after a figurehead of a railway?
I know. I used to think I didn't need a name to know who I am. But after I was named, I was being included more in discussions and lunch break conversations with the miners and managers. And I truly felt happy. It is true that a name's origin is more important to someone and holds significant importance. But having a name not only means that you have a sense of identity, but it also means that you really belong.
Truer words never spoken. Thank you for the story, Bertram.
It was lovely.
Aye, it was smashing.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Perhaps next time I should tell you one of my courageous acts of bravery.
Just promise you're not gonna bore us to tears. Oh, oh, oh.
Duke, I'm sorry about the way I acted. It was childish of me to complain.
Well, you can get a bit temperamental at times. Then again, it's in your nature. Have you learned your lesson now?
Yes, I have.
That's good then. I'm still gonna call you Falcon, though.
Serenity now.